Ladies and gentlemen, heels and heelettes, welcome back to another episode of Blunt Impact. I am your boy Chris G, along with my tag team partner, the three-time, three-time baby making champion Ness. We formed the Pot Heels and we are joined by our co-host, Mary Jane. Pretty interesting episode of Impact Wrestling today. Before we get into it, we want to remind everybody at home, please like, share, comment, subscribe, all that good stuff. Show love, and we will show love back. It is the true heel heat way. We are going to count down from three down to one and light our blunts. Ness, how are you feeling today?
I'm feeling fine. I'm ready to get high.
Yes, I hear that. We hope everybody at home, you have a blunt, joint, pipe, oils, whatever you're smoking, as long as it's Mary Jane and nothing else. None
Dab.
of that white shit. No
Nah,
meth, no
hell no.
crack, just Mary Jane.
No syringes.
Yeah,
None of
none of
that
that.
shit.
This isn't dope impact. This is blunt impact. But Ness, are you ready?
Yes, sir, I'm ready.
All right. Three, two, one. Oh yeah. So we are going to start this episode with Matt Cardona and Josh Alexander taking on Ace Austin and Madman Fulton in a solid tag team match. Good pace, good chemistry, surprisingly, with Matt Cardona and Josh Alexander. Somebody tell Matt Cardona if he tans anymore, his fucking skin is going to wrinkle up. But he actually looked pretty good. He looked pretty crisp in this match. It's the best I've seen him in a while. After the match, Brian Myers, he goes to Josh Alexander and says, "It's nice that you teamed up with my Genetti." Yeah, right, pal. After this, we have Brian Myers taking on Eddie Edwards. Eddie's back is still jacked up from the barbed wire mayhem match, barbed wire massacre. He's showing up Brian Myers early in the match. But Brian Myers with the good heel shit, working Eddie's injuries, his back, his shoulders wrapped up. He's working on his shoulder. Decent match, a little too slow for my liking, but Eddie gets disqualified because he tries to take out Brian Myers' fucking eye out with his thumb, and then he tries to bite his eye as well. So apparently Eddie is now a cannibal and he's biting people. That's his new character, I guess. His new character trajectory going into 2021. But all of this, I kind of dug it. I'm hoping they go with a Brian Myers Matt Cardona feud. That'd be kind of cool to see. How'd you feel about the two matches and just the whole thread in general?
Well, I definitely enjoyed the
Shit.
Madman Fulton and Ace Austin versus Matt Cardona and Josh Alexander match. A good showing from Matt Cardona and Josh Alexander teaming up. Just kind of makeshift tag team out of nowhere. Just, two guys with the same purpose in mind, just take out Ace Austin and Madman Fulton. And they got the job done. I love the finish where Matt Cardona was about to attack Ace Austin, but he like lifts him up or gives him like the alley-oop, so to speak, to Madman Fulton, and he catches him with the leg lariat. Like, that was a dope ass finish. I like that. I really like that. Now on to, I like the segment, the segue into Matt Cardona / Brian Myers situation, because that was something I did not see coming whatsoever. I figured that Matt Cardona being an Impact, the main thing, or at least one of the top things they were going to do, is have him reunite with Brian Myers. So the fact that there's going to be a rift, or there seems to be some tension there, is a good idea, like out of left field. I like the surprise there because, again, like I said, I was expecting for them to team up, or at least, be on the same page and from the rip, Brian Myers is just like, oh, this is my Genetti, basically saying like the B class guy and I'm the A class guy, like I'm the star, and that was just like my backup type shit. So it was nice to see them do something out of the ordinary rather than what I was expecting. So I take that into account. I really enjoyed that. Now the match between Brian Myers and Eddie Edwards, I agree, it really wasn't like anything special, and I'm hoping and praying that I mean, it's pretty much happening, but they're like really on pushing Brian Myers right now. Like they're really pushing him. So as the match is going on, and I'm like, nah, is he gonna lose? Like speaking about Eddie Edwards, I'm thinking, he's gonna either tap, fucking get pinned clean to that weak ass clothesline that Brian Myers does. But he gets DQ'd. So I'm just like, shit, Brian Myers still win. He's even looking strong now because it was a disqualification. Actually, both guys look a little strong. Eddie, the commentary played up on the fact too that Eddie's starting to lose himself, lose his mind a little bit, having to come out of a feud with Sami Callihan because that's the type of guy that Sami Callihan is. He like drives you crazy. So outside of the fact that Brian Myers got the win and they seem to be hell bent on giving him a push, didn't really do anything for me. So, but yeah, I'm just gonna watch. Brian Myers not really one of my people that I go to for in-ring content, but the fact that again they're doing something different with him and Matt Cardona, so I'm very interested to see where that goes.
Next up, it is the Fire and Flavor Festival. They are hyped, but they're kind of worried. They didn't sell enough tickets, and all the people that brought tickets, they're all ugly. So they're going to turn it into a masquerade party to hide these ugly mugs. Unfortunately, masquerade is like just your eyes. We're in the
Yeah.
pandemic era. Maybe they should have just said, "Fucking everybody, bring your surgical mask or whatever." But whatever. I digress. Um, they have an idea. They see Johnny Swinger shows up with three women. They're like, maybe we can get this guy to go and have his women help us out with everything. Whatever. They find Johnny Swinger in the back and he's running fucking illegal casino tables in the backstage area. The women are all his bartenders, they're the waitresses, the hostesses, whatever you want to call them. Swinger gets invited ringside. With the women, he has to bring the women. That's the caveat. They also say Bravo, Johnny Bravo, who's there losing his money, he can come too. Falaba wants to come, but he's fucking broke. He don't got money for a ticket. All he had was a chip left, and he gave it to the dealer. So sorry, jabroni, you're not invited. Fire and Flavor Fest starts in the ring. MC Lisha, doing her
Oh
best
God.
impression of the How About That chick, is in the ring, and she's yoing it up, and she introduces Fire and Flavor. They put themselves over as the new tag team champions, and they start handing out the catering, which is basically to-go plates from your favorite hood spot, and inside is a slice of government cheese. Only the real ones know the slice of government cheese. It comes in the wrapper. They didn't even unwrap the
The
fucking
shit
thing.
was still in
Everybody,
the wrapper. That
it
was
was still
tacky
in the
as
wrapper.
fuck.
You getting a wrapped government cheese in a hood spot Tupperware. I love it. They start popping bottles. Of course, it's like Walmart fucking champagne. So Lisha spits it out immediately. The crowd starts turning on them. They start booing on them. So they turn on the crowd, start cutting a promo on the crowd. In the corner, there's a random fucking marshmallow guy like from Ghostbusters. And it turns out to be Nevaeh. Havoc comes from behind. They take out the tag team champs. The tag champs are now salty backstage. The ref says he did what he had to do, but he didn't get what he was promised, so he wants a refund. But they ain't giving him no refund because they don't got the money to refund him anyway. So sorry, ref. Yeah, you got by the Puerto Rican and her friend, of course. Gotcha, motherfucker.
The black one.
Just funny shit. The Tupperware and the government cheese, man. Just Very, very ratchet, and I loved every single second of it. What about you? Even Johnny Swinger's creepiness is fucking
Yeah,
great. And so, how'd you feel about this Fire and Flavor Festival?
this definitely was one of my favorite parts of the show. First of all, Johnny Swinger is in the back running like his own gambling spot, like Jerome on Martin with Club Shiznit. Then we got Fire and Flavor. Give it up, gotta give it up, gotta give it up for them. We're here to celebrate. This is their night. We're gonna celebrate them being Impact Knockouts Tag Team Champions. And what better way to do it than with the festival, the Fire and Flavor Festival. Now, things might not have panned out, the way that they were thinking, but tonight's still all about them. So, actually, I'm going to go off on a rant here real quick. I'll get back on track. They're pretty much two female versions of Chris Bay. They're also finessers. They might not be the ultimate finessers, but they kind of are, because they finesse people out of their money, and those people didn't get what they wanted. Sorry. So back on track. So Johnny Swinger's bartender chicks, they were definitely hit. So when they said that they invited ugly people or only ugly people were going to show up, they were right, because them chicks was not it at all. So that's probably why people didn't want to come to the Fire and Flavor Festival. But it was also funny to see that they kind of fat shame Falaba, because they thought that he was the Marshmallow Man. So it was like, oh, it's the fat guy in here. So it's kind of fucked up, but it's funny as shit. But Havoc and Nevaeh, man, yeah, they're continuing this rivalry. I guess, I don't know. They lost fair and square, so it's not like they can say they got like cheated or anything. But I'm still here for it. This makes for a great first title feud for Fire and Flavor, and it's nice to see that Havoc and Nevaeh are the ones stepping up, trying to be like, look, you guys may have them now, but we definitely won them. You might have won the battle, but you didn't win the war, type of thing. So I enjoyed all aspects of what's going on here.
Next up, we have Tennille Dashwood with Caleb taking on Rosemary with Crazy Steve. Early shenanigans early in the match. Caleb tosses a camera bag to Tennille. Tennille beats her with the camera bag for a near fall. Decent match, back and forth. Rosemary gets the win. Decay stands strong. Nothing really crazy going on in this match. But Larry D is back. And he's backstage. Says it's good to have you back, man. But is it really good? I've been locked up in jail. I got Rosemary spraying shit. She got me possessed. I'm going to do something about it. So Rosemary and Steve are backstage. They see him. Steve says some slick shit. Larry D punches him in the face. Rosemary gets in his face. He wants to get crazy, but he's not. AC comes back and says, she's lucky they don't hit one. I mean, it was funny. It was funny. The match was what it was, but it's good. I guess it is good to see Larry D come back.
Yeah, so I'm going to piggyback off of something that you said. I don't know if it was on the Hard to Kill Roundtable or if it was last week's episode of Blood Impact. But you said that you see that Tennille Dashwood is somewhat like a comedy act. Yeah, because that's what came to mind watching this. I don't see it that way. But tonight, after this match, I'm like, well, shit, yeah. Now it's to the point where Tennille Dashwood has had Caleb interjecting their match in the match with Rosemary multiple times, multiple ways that heels win matches. Rosemary is still kicking out. First it was the hairspray, got Caleb interfering in the match. This episode of Impact, it was the bag, I guess the camera bag, and it's not working. None of this is working. So how can you be doing this much and still losing. Like, I don't even take you seriously. And I love Tennille Dashwood. Like, it's all about her. She definitely is, could definitely go in the ring. Definitely one of the bright spots of the Impact Knockouts division. But like at this point, it's like, how can I take you seriously? You know, type of thing. At first, I didn't see where you were coming from with it, but now I definitely see it.
The funny part is I had definitely thought to myself in this match, Emma could beat Emma. You see, I did the same shit.
Yes.
Uh, Tennille could definitely be doing a lot more,
Oh shit, I
but
forgot the
she's
Larry
kind of
D.
stuck.
My fault. Go ahead, bro.
Oh, nah, go ahead. Talk about his white privilege, brother, because I know you're going to bring it
You
up.
know what? I sure am. He just got out of jail, punched the guy in the face. That's assault. Send him back. Send him back. No, but that was pretty decent too,
He's
to be
not on
honest with
parole, though. There's no, you can't violate parole if you're not
you.
convicted. He's found guilty. I mean, innocent.
Hey, it's still illegal. The assault charges. At least make him do 2 weeks. Nah, but that was funny. Uh, the AC Romero with the "you lucky we don't hit women." That was hilarious because it's wrestling. I mean, intergender matches happen. I would love to see an intergender match between Rosemary and one of the Triple XL guys. That would be fucking hilarious. They'll probably like fall on her and kill her, but she's already dead, so or undead. I don't remember. She's a demon though. I think demons can kill fat people.
I mean, I think demons can kill any type of person, but yeah, I guess fat people are high up on the list of the demon list.
I've never seen that person possessed. Like you see a lot of people get like possessed in like movies and shit and like on TV.
Constantine, the priest guy gets possessed, and he was kind of fat. He drunk himself to death in the bodega. He was there.
Right. I don't think I've seen Constantine.
We got a paid ad once again.
Hmm.
Tony Khan did pay for his ad last week with $20 bills. He cares about wrestling. And he cares about wrestling fans. Unlike Don Callis, that prick, Impact is a game for him. It's his own fantasy world where he gets to do what he wants. He gets to show up whenever he wants with whoever he wants. Puts over the Dynamite card with Shivani, of course. Promises a great show. We have Beach Break next week from AEW. Doing his best to be like a spoiled rich bitch under Tony Schiavone, just like, and you know what? And she's pointing at you, and I'm gonna make a point because I got all this money. Every week gets better and better. Tony Khan on Impact. I know you loved it.
I fucking enjoy this to the fullest extent of enjoyment. Just for the fact that he just kept going, and this, like the way he was just like talking throughout this whole segment, hilarious. Just like it's, and the one part that I truly loved about this is so many people hate on Tony Khan saying like, oh, he's just some rich guy playing, you know, acting like he knows about the wrestling business and things of that nature, and he played up on it. And this pretty much like, oh yeah, you know, AW is just my game. Like I'm just like general manager mode type of shit. And that's what people say about him. So I love the fact that he put that in the segment. And I will be watching Beach Break. You know, I might have to be on Wednesday Night Warriors for that since the Impact World Tag Team Champions are on there.
So we have Joe Doring having a one-on-one match against Cousin Jake. He is accompanied by Violent by Design, of course. Cousin Jake comes out by himself. Hot start from Jake, but after that, Joe Doring pretty much dominates. He looked good, nothing spectacular, but he's a big dude, powerful dude. He could do some cool things for a man his size. He was gonna break Jake's leg, like they did to Rhino last week, but instead Eric Young changes his mind. And he offers him, well, he doesn't really offer, he gives him a towel, a Violent by Design towel that they all have. So it could be maybe an offering. Join, you're either with us or against us, and we're giving you one last chance. You should see the light and join us. Be the kid, or, continue to get your ass whipped, and we're just going to break your ankle next week. So I'm interested. I'm interested. I want to see what Cousin Jake does. What do you think?
Yeah, the match really wasn't nothing special. Um, but yo, Joe Doran's fucking massive. He is a monster of a man, and like he's just throwing Cousin Jake. Cousin Jake's a pretty big guy himself, and he's just getting tossed around by Joe Doran. Like I'm waiting for him to go full throttle. Like you see it in his match. He's methodical. He just attacks you, just brawls and just beats on you, and you know like he can go like 10 times more than that. So I'm definitely like the finish. That's how you do a real lariat, a real clothesline, Brian Myers, not that weak shit that you do. Like that looked like it could put somebody out and you can get a win with that shit. So, and that's his style too, man. Like that's what I'm saying. I know we're not seeing him at his full potential. So like I'm just waiting for him to really like go in the ring. But yeah, if cousin Jake, I mean, he might as well fucking accept that shit. Stop getting your ass kicked, or he's probably just gonna like come back with Heath and shit. I don't know. Who knows?
Yeah, I'm interested, but they can go a couple different ways. So
Yeah.
hopefully it's something that catches us off. Just a few segments to get through before we get to the nitty gritty of Impact Wrestling this episode. We have a backstage segment with Deonna Purrazzo, Kimberly, and Susan backstage. They put themselves over from last week from winning all their matches. Jazz and Grace approached them. Susan challenges Grace one-on-one to prove that her name is Susan. Jazz like pokes her. She goes, "Why did she touch me inappropriately?" Asian Karen is becoming one of the best characters on Impact. Next, we also have a flashback of Genesis 2011. I guess it was Matt Hardy's Impact debut against RVD. We also see Hardy Party there, which is Matt Hardy and Private Party, of course. They're led to victory by Matt last week. He's taking all the credit. He's taking cuts out of the check, but he needs them to win. He wants them to be the second best tag team of all time. So we'll see. They got a crazy couple weeks. They're number one contenders for the Impact World Champion. They might be number one contenders for the AEW Tag Team Championships. Whole lot going on for Private Party. We got a Rohit Raju promo. He needs help. He goes to somebody. We don't see who it is, but they agree to help him. So we'll see. We'll see next week, maybe. And we
Who do you think
also
it
have.
is?
Ooh, I don't know.
Yeah.
He used to roll. He used to roll with this big dude back in the day. So maybe he's back, or unless it's his old manager, which is like his uncle or some shit. Was it Gama? Gama Singh?
Nah,
So yeah. He used to smack him up and shit. It was funny. A lot of mystery going on in this episode.
yeah.
We also see the beer guns drinking backstage, and they're not done with the Good Bros. They're still coming after that gold. So it looks like James Storm is going to be around for a little while. I approve. To begin the show, we have a nice Rich Swan promo. Talks responsibilities as champ. He has a target on his back, and that's fine. But he calls out Tommy Dreamer. February 13th, it is Tommy Dreamer's 50th birthday. It is also the same day as Impact. Can't remember the fucking name of the show because I'm high.
No surrender.
There we go. And he wants to give him a title shot for the Impact World Championship. Puts over Dreamer as the locker room leader, yada yada. Sammy Callahan appears. He runs down Tommy Dreamer. He's feeling it from the massacre, the barbed wire massacre, but hey, he's back. He wants a title shot. And he wants a gift. And he wants the gift of the championship match. Then my man, Moose, comes out. He thinks they're scared that they don't want to challenge him for the TNA World Heavyweight Championship. It's kind of funny. It's kind of funny. Uh, he's never been beat by Swan. Everybody else in the ring, Rich Swan is beat, and he was promised a title shot because he didn't kill Willie Mack that day at Genesis, I believe. So they have a brawl. Willie Mack comes out and makes a save. Sammy causes the glitch, and out comes Ken Shamrock, the world's most dangerous abuelo, and he's back. The heel stands tall. They cut to Scott D'Amore. Well, they cut to the three guys that just got their ass whipped, and they go into Scott D'Amore's office, and they want a match now. Scott goes, "You need a fourth partner. You need somebody to even the playing field." Step into my office, and they see somebody familiar. A lot of surprise, a lot of intrigue in this episode. We can go to the match. Main event: Moose, Ken Shamrock, Sammy Callahan, and Chris Bay versus Tommy Dreamer, Willie Mack, Impact World Champion Rich Swan, and the returning Trey Miguel, which is cool. Came back with blonde hair. It looks a little bit more defined, a little bit more cut. Bay tags himself early on Moose. Moose doesn't like it. So later in the match, Moose aggressively tags Bay back in. And then he also power bombs Chris Bay onto Willie Mack. Good shit. Trey looked good. He was aggressive. Trey rolls up Sammy to get the win. Pretty much what you expect from the talent in this match. Just nice spots all around. Good pace. Sammy tells Shamrock to kill the ref after the match, so that's what he does. Punches him in the face. Ankle lock. See you later. Impact Wrestling with a fun episode. Ness, what do you think about this thread, the opening, and the main event?
Yeah, the opening segment, which I give it to Impact because I'm always like putting over there how they just start the show off with wrestling. So I was like, but it was decent. So the opening segment with Rich Swan trying to put over Tommy Dreamer because, Tommy Dreamer is a legend in the business, and I'm pretty sure he's a great guy. He loves wrestling. We all know Tommy Dreamer loves wrestling. And, he's about to be half a century on his birthday. So obviously going to be half a century on his birthday. But his birthday, which is, Impact Special, No Surrender. So I think that's perfect, like for storyline and like something real life, giving back to Tommy Dreamer. So, the next guy comes out, and then the next guy after that. The irony is, aside from Trey Miguel, everybody else in this match, they're all coming off of losses at Hard to Kill. So it's funny how, Rich Swan's like seeing that he has to, get himself together. He has to pick himself up and be the champion that Impact needs right now. But then you got Moose, who believes he is the champion that Impact needs right now. And then just everybody else just falling where they may lie. Fucking Ken Shamrock just got back from suspension, punches a ref and puts him in the ankle lock. Like, now you're about to go back on suspension. They're probably not though, but it is hilarious all over different places. But yeah, I want to see how the Rich Swan versus Tommy Dreamer mix. I don't know. I don't think that's like it. I think there's about to be something different. Like, they got to add more to that. It's like, I dig the fact that, they're doing it, paying respect to Tommy Dreamer, but I don't know. Maybe they got to make it a fatal four way. I don't know, something. Because I don't want to call it bland, but look, that's what it kind of is to me. Like, all right, I get it for his birthday, but Rich Swan versus Tommy Dreamer, like, that's just random as shit. So they're either going to add more to it, or they're going to just make this, like, they got a couple weeks to make this a thing. So let's see if they make it a thing. And if they don't, then I'm just going to say that shouldn't have been it anyway.
Yeah, when I first seen that it was Tommy Dreamer, I kind of was not feeling it, but it is his birthday. So, and if they do
Yeah.
add to it, even better. I'll take a fatal 5-way or 6-way, whatever. So that'll be it for this episode of Blunt Impact. Want to thank everybody for watching. Ness, where can we find you at?
You guys can find me on Instagram at skinny__Kravitz, on Twitter at skinny_Kravitz, and right here on the True Hill Heat YouTube channel. I am one half of Review of Honor with my man, the Stat King, the man of 1,004 numbers. You catch me right here on Blunt Impact, also on Joints and Jabronis with my man, Chris G. We form the Pot Heels. And you can also catch me on the roundtables. I am the Roundtable Rebel. And you can listen to my illustrious voice on True Toxicity. Yeah.
Yeah, you can find me at True Heel Chris G. You can find me right here on Blunt Impact. You could also find me on Joints and Jabronis with Ness. You could also find me on Wednesday Night Warriors with Romeo. And you could also hear Ness's illustrious voice on True Toxicity. Remind you, like, share, comment, subscribe. We'll see you guys next week. I'm your boy Chris G for the three-time baby making champion Ness and Mary Jane. Peace.